We begin this hour not only with trade, but adding in a little tech, where those issues are hurting not only relations between the U.S. and China, but also the world's two largest economies as well. Now, this is after President Donald Trump issued an executive order to ban Chinese telecom giant Huawei. But now the Trump administration says it will ease some of those restrictions. RT's Sara Montes de Oca joins me with the details. First, we don't like them, then we kind of like them. It sounds like this is like a dating relationship between two couples that isn't going too well.
Oh, that's right, Scotty. The U.S. government is looking to ease some trade restrictions imposed on Huawei, but only temporarily. On Tuesday, the U.S. Commerce Department announced it will allow Huawei Technologies to purchase American-made goods for 90 days. Now, this is to help maintain existing networks and minimize trouble for the telecom giant's customers around the world. U.S. Secretary of Commerce Wilbur Ross said the new authorization grants operators more time to make other arrangements. Quote, in short, this license will allow operations to continue for existing Huawei mobile phone users and rural broadband networks. And for now, Huawei is still prohibited from buying American-made hardware and software to make new products without further hard-to-obtain licenses. Now, this comes after the U.S. intensified their fight against Huawei last week when President Trump signed an executive order effectively banning the use of Huawei equipment in U.S. telecom networks, that is. And in an interview with Chinese state media, founder of Huawei Technology, Reng Zhengfei, said he's prepared for such conflict. We sacrifice the interests of individuals and families for the sake of an ideal to stand at the top of the world. For this ideal, there will be conflict with the United States sooner or later. And earlier today, China's foreign ministry accused Washington of misusing state power to hurt foreign nations.
The U.S. uses state power to crack down on foreign companies and to interfere in market behaviors. Frankly, it will not be in the interests of the U.S. itself. The so-called mutual benefit of trade means that all industries keep their markets open and seek overall reciprocity and balance of interests. It is unscientific and unprofessional for the U.S. to simply think that it is always the one suffering losses in our trade relations. Therefore, we cannot claim absolute equality in all areas during trade negotiations, but an agreement must create a two-way equilibrium.
Well, Scotty, this Huawei ban has heightened tensions between the U.S. and China and is notably hurting relations between the two countries, especially after they were so close to making a deal in the almost year-long trade war.
But Sarah, these are the world's two largest economies. How are big tech companies in the U.S. here responding to this conflict?
Well, Google had, when this restriction was issued, had already said they were halting working with Huawei. That is until this 90-day extension was granted. They would say that they would continue to work with Huawei to kind of help ease the transition, but Huawei said they were prepared for this. But this will affect Android users, Huawei's Android users, who are now being able to use Gmail, YouTube, and Google Maps, that people heavily rely on this. However, Huawei say that it's developed a plan B because they knew this was coming.
Well, this is just one aspect of the trade war going on. How is the rest of the trade playing a role in this discussion?
Well, President Trump had initially thought of imposing this executive order and within months. He said that this was on the table for months, and sources familiar to the matter said that he withheld from issuing this executive order, and who knows, it was probably, you could probably tell that it was because a trade deal was not met. I mean, he's threatened to do this before, and he's now doing it, so the timing of it all, and it's not just that, but it's hurting U.S. companies. An estimated 20 billion of semiconductors each year are purchased from Huawei products, so it's going to hurt the economy as well. But according to Trump, Huawei has been kind of at the heart of this trade war. We've seen the intellectual property theft and technology transfer has been a huge issue in regards to trying to resolve this trade war, which we're now further away, it seems like.
It's amazing one company can cause such a disagreement and affect two countries' economies. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.